Hey everybody, what's up? I just got a weird email. I'm gonna talk to the guys about it. I really appreciate the emails and instant messages we got, but this one just seemed weird. So I'm gonna email this guy back and see what he says. I don't even know if I'm gonna record this or not, but it's just weird. All right, here's a little update on the email guy. We've been corresponding back and forth with email, and then I set up a date, and there's absolutely nothing. He hasn't contacted me in over a week, so we'll see what happens. We'll keep you updated. Here's some of the emails, though, that we've been corresponding back and forth. Hey, great news. Email guy just got a hold of me. We're going up there this Saturday. It's Thursday right now. We haven't heard from him in a while, so we decided there's a ghost town next door, so we're gonna go record there anyway. So this is just a bonus if he doesn't show up or not. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm pretty nervous about this, but I got two guys and myself that can hold their own. Plus, we'll be okay. Trust me. I just don't want things to get messy. So let's go see what this guy has to say. We're here with the email guy. We're going to call Sam. He's got a pretty good ghost story, I guess you'd call it. So let's hear what he has to say.
So, um, yeah, it's more a cautionary tale. Uh, 10 years ago, I was a tow truck driver quite a ways from here. One night when I was on call, I got a call from a lady who said her car was broke down, and I got the approximate area from her using the county atlas, and I said, look, you're about an hour away. It's going to be a while. And she said that's fine, and I told her it's going to be pretty costly, and she said that was okay too. So I hit the road, and I'm doing cross country back roads to get here. Eventually I get to the road that her car was on. I see the four ways, and I pull my tow truck up in front of her vehicle, and get out of the vehicle, turn on my utility lights, and there's nobody in the car. Kind of freaked me out, you know. I'm thinking maybe she's sleeping, so I check the front seat, back seat. She's not even in the car. And she had mentioned when she called that she had tried phoning some friends or family or whatever and couldn't get hold of them. So I thought maybe, okay, she took off with them. I got on the radio with my boss, and he said, screw her, basically. You know, you drove all the way out there, she's not there, enough time and money's wasted, and I missed 3 calls already that night, so come back. So I'm like, okay. So I decided to take a different route to get back to a main road. And as I was headed that way, it was actually a ways down the road here, about a quarter mile down, I see like flames kicking up from inside what turns out to be the cemetery. So I pulled over, turned off my lights, got out of the vehicle. I didn't even, you know, grab my mag light or my tire iron, which was stupid. And I cut through the headstones, and I get in here, and there's like 10 people. And I hear a low chanting going on. And I'm like, okay, this is really weird, you know, 2:30 in the morning. And there's an altar, like a mobile pedestal that they're burning the fire in. And while they're doing their chanting, 2 guys bring out, you know, what looks like a toddler or something that's made out of wicker or vines or something. And so I flipped my flip phone open, I started recording it, and that's the only reason why I have this. And they held the baby doll over the fire, and another guy walks up and he says, Moloch, hear us, we come to you with this offering. Anoint us, Moloch, imbue us with your power, dismember and disembowel our enemies. Save us from Josiah, and then the rest of them say, and his descendants. We serve you faithfully. Anoint us, Moloch. We serve you, who serves the king of the abyss. Accept our offering in effigy, and soon true flesh. Then they stab the doll with a dagger, and several of them light lanterns.
Well, what are you doing?
And so the next day I booked it. I tripped right over a headstone, but I got back to the truck. I spun it around without going in the ditch, which was amazing. And I get back and I tell some of the guys the next day what I see. And I even showed them the stuff on the phone. They're like, okay, there's some kids. They're just doing stupid stuff.
Right.
And so during daylight hours, you know, I go back. And I don't know if this was left intentionally or by accident because they took off after me, but they leave this dagger behind.
Can I see it?
Yeah. And I can't, you know, I've looked it up, and the only thing I can tell you, it's not rare or anything like that. It's from a company called Corium, but the thing for its shape, it's in really good shape. It's like a 1960s knife, and it's, you know, really good shape. And then laying on its side was this incense burner. And
Can I see that?
Yeah, it had this nasty, pungent.
Don't stink no more.
Yeah, I washed it out. It was bad. It was real bad. It had this smelly stuff in it. So I grabbed this stuff and I said, screw it. If no one's going to believe, you know, my story, I'm going to take this. And I took it back and showed the guys, and they're like, yeah, it's just kidding. You know, BS. I'm like, okay, whatever. Nobody's taking it seriously. You know, they're blowing it off, and that's fine. So a couple days pass, and I'm on call again. But, you know, I'm not out in the truck. I'm waiting in the shop, and I'm just reading. And we're on a side street, a service street. And I see headlights come down the service street, and I'm like, okay, well, one of the other guys are coming in late at night or something. Maybe forgot to grab his check out of his mailbox or something. And I look out the window, and it's the same Oldsmobile that I got called for the tow. And it stopped right in front of the shop. So I immediately backed up. I turned the lights out, and I went right for the back exit. I went out the back exit. I went over the fence, got a couple of nicks with the barbed wire, and I cut in and out of houses in the neighborhood because I only live 2 blocks away. I called my boss and I was like, you know what, I quit, I'm done. And a week later, I actually moved. I just moved. The whole situation is strange.
So how did she know where you were?
I don't know.
Or he?
I don't know.
Been there.
I mean, I don't have a clue.
You think they're after the knife?
I don't know if they want their stuff back. I don't know if they figured out who I am and are just stalking me.
Was that Mulak? Is that like a Marvel character or something?
Moloch. Apparently it's like an ancient Assyrian, I think it was, god that babies were sacrificed to back in like what would be like biblical days.
Rob, you know about that?
Yeah.
Is that it?
And apparently Josiah, from what I read, Josiah was the guy that put the kibosh on the worshiping of Moloch. So maybe that's why they said protect us.
And what about this? I mean, is there any significance with the knife?
I don't know. The only
It's been 10 years and you don't know?
The only thing that I can tell you is some folks, say as above, so below, with witchcraft, which, you got the guard pointed up and down. But
yeah, be careful of that.
I got a friend whose relative is into, like Wicca stuff, witchcraft, earth worship. And I can tell you this wasn't it. This wasn't it.
Well, most witches are earth hippies.
Right. So. Well,
we appreciate you getting a hold of us. Like anybody that needs to get a hold of us, we really appreciate the emails and stuff. And this is Matt with the crew. Tell us what you think. Email us or tell us on our Facebook. See you later. Thank you.
No problem.